rebel and tell them that
and welcome. I think we're live.
Welcome what? Who live
Live?
what?
I don't
no.
see, I don't see.
I'm not ready for. Oh my God, I'm not ready.
What's going on with the screen
On.
situation? Shouldn't I see Phil and me? I only see Kenny.
No. Well, you're just.
I just want to see
goodness.
Philip. Gallery view. Oh, there we go. Gallery view.
Sailor
you know what, Philip? I wasn't in gallery view.
Oh my God, 50 cents and I, man of means by no means, Dominic Cummings.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, it's pretty
politics.
Funny. He's a king of the road. You see, I did like a. I wasn't. That's not political. I wasn't politicizing it. I just on a day when the transport minister and Dominic Cummings got together, I thought king of the road. It's more of more satirical.
So Philip, welcome to the show. Welcome.
You just batted that away. Like that was just like a.
Oh no,
we're not talking. We're
going to get to
discussing.
it.
Well,
we're definitely going to get to it. We've got so much to get to. I just wanted to do a run through.
I don't think we have to. I don't think we have to get to.
Oh! I think we do. But
no, we've got lots of. I've got my poetry hat.
We've got healing.
That's gonna be a lot of fun.
We've got healing to do today.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you at some point about some of the cliches that spirituality gets out there. I just wanted to dust those down and maybe puncture a few of those shibboleths. I'm not sure. I'm mixing metaphors.
Yeah.
But
no, you're one of the most shibboleth persons I've ever had the audacity to meet.
So I want to talk about that, and also we've got about upwards of 30 to 40 people who want to be healed at any one time, and so that's a lot of people with a lot of needs.
I'm just holding the healing balloon up right away. So if you guys want to reach out, put your hands against the screen. Show them how that's done, Tony.
Okay.
You just put your hands against the screen, Anthony.
But just a second, Philip. I'm unable to, because I'm in my studio, my closet studio right now. I'm unable to put my, I guess I can put my hand out.
Yeah, put your hand on it. There you go, on the healing balloon. There you go.
Okay.
Just to reach out to the healing balloon.
Okay.
Touch the healing balloon. And over the course of the show, if
I'm touching it. So remember the last time I said that in relation to your balls. I'm touching it, and you're like, "There's two there." Sorry.
I don't think there's room for that kind of talk in this session.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. How did that make you feel?
Oh well, look, it's making the ball heat up a bit. Look at that.
Sorry. So healing. Okay. Let's travel there.
If you guys can see the green and touch the green and think of the green. And that, if you touch it enough, that will slowly disappear. That will slowly disappear. Oh, there you go.
I'm touching it.
Look, and it just disappears. There you go. And it's gone. And you're healed.
And how, gosh.
So what a great way to start a session.
How did that work? And what part of our problems do you think that healed? Is it held or healed?
It's held.
Is it held?
Held.
What is past tense, plural of healed?
Healed.
Helt?
Healed.
Hey, do you think it's related to Helter Skelter?
I don't know.
It could be. Well, I mean, they seem like in the same neck of the woods.
Scared me.
Yeah.
It scared me.
I am so sorry. I get like that. I get too deep. I get too deep, and people just go, "Excuse me, can we pull the nose of this spacecraft up before we hit the coast?"
And it's exactly like that.
Coastline.
Yeah,
because we're cruising above the ocean at 30,000 feet, and now we're diving deep.
Yeah,
that's what people say. So I'm going to slow down as the show goes on because the closet does start to lose oxygen. But that's part of the joy. That's part of the journey.
Yeah, we've got some journeying to do. I've got my poetry glasses as well, so we're going to do a lot of stuff today.
I wanted to talk about space later.
Ooh, there's always room. There's always room for space
because I've discovered a new thing. It's called space healing, and what it is when we're feeling depressed and just worried about loads of things in our lives. A great way to fix that is to contemplate different parts of space. And so we're going to do that a little later in the show. We'll probably do that around the 3/4 or halfway mark.
So in about 2 minutes.
So what have you got we got a jam-packed show, actually.
I didn't realize it was a show. I thought we were just chatting, having our Sunday morning.
Sorry, session.
I think, I hate to bring it up like to wash dirty linen in public, but I hear, you're been moonlighting, and I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I noticed that you spent a lot of money on your studio, and I wondered where that money this come from.
I got an audiobook.
Right.
And I needed a studio that sounded really good. And so we bought a lot of soundproofing, and we soundproofed this cupboard. And above my head is all bed linen.
Sure it is. Well, that's good for soundproofing. That must have been pretty expensive, the bed linen, huh?
So close.
Somebody's doing really well, and I don't know. I've not really.
I didn't get a lot of money for it.
I've not really seen much money from the Virtue Chamber Echo Bravo.
I haven't seen any yet.
I don't do this for money. I do this to spend a morning with Kenny.
Yeah, I do.
And
Kenny, show your face to the audience so they can have a look at what we see.
This
is our Kenny, guys. He can't.
Here's Kenny. He can. He doesn't want to because he hasn't washed his hair in days.
He's a little too cute. He's one cute guy. Cute guys can get away with having stringy hair like that.
I know,
scummy
right?
Hair.
I know.
No offense, Kenny, but your hair looks fucking disgusting.
At Rudolph Valentino. He had the greasiest hair.
Didn't he?
If you guys are having any problems with your hair, don't forget there's the Virtue Chamber Echo Bravo texturing gum. You can buy that on our site. Go to our website now and go to the shop. It's the only merch we've got left because of the lockdown, we just sold out of all our merch.
You can buy the T-shirt Phil's wearing unwashed or the T-shirt I'm wearing unwashed, but that's going to cost £50.
Yeah.
And no one wants that.
No one. Well,
I can't even show my nipples. That's how fucking tight in I am.
I'm not sure if it's going to be a nipple morning,
No, it doesn't feel like a nipple show, does it?
So it doesn't feel like a nipple hour.
No, it doesn't feel like that.
You need 2 hours for that.
It doesn't feel like that at all.
You need it. No, it does not feel like that.
It doesn't feel like that, does it?
It doesn't feel it. Just not right now. It doesn't feel like it. No.
At the moment, it doesn't feel like a nipple show.
It doesn't. Not a 1 hour nipple show. That's for sure.
No,
a 2 hour nipple show, maybe.
But I just don't feel like I want to see nipples this morning.
I don't know. I've had my nipple. My nipples up to here with my nipples.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've had my nipples up to here.
Some days you wake up and you think, I wouldn't even mind seeing a nipple on an omelet. That's how when you feel well rested, you feel confident. A nipple wouldn't pull the wool over your eyes.
Yeah.
You see a nipple on an omelet. No, you see a nipple on a person some days, and you're like, I'm not sure I needed that.
No, not at all. I mean, I sometimes feel that's what turns me off to church. You walk in, there's nipples everywhere. You can't. You're looking around, going, "Oh, put them away." I mean, this is God's house, and there you are, just with your nipples hanging out.
But also the bras that a lot of females wear to the. Well, a lot of the males should wear bras at the church I go to.
Absolutely.
But I can feel their nipples breathing through their fabrics.
Yes, absolutely.
A lot of Christians have very breathy nipples.
Yeah, they heave.
Yeah.
I've been to ceremonies. Last Easter, I had someone's nipples whisper to me.
Really? Oh my God! Where was that?
From 3 rows back. Yeah, from 3 rows back. And it wasn't nice. It was rude. It wasn't like hey, sexy. It was like, what's with the shirt you're wearing? You got dandruff or something? Shit. And I was like, excuse me, nipple alert. And I put my hand up, and the pastor didn't say question from the back. I just stood there with my hand up for like an hour. Well, maybe not. I'm exaggerating. It was
wasn't an hour.
8 minutes.
Probably 8 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, 58.
So
I exaggerate.
So you knew it was like. So you turn around. I
turn around.
Did you tell the person who's connected to the nipples what you heard?
Double fingered. I went, hey, you two.
Yeah.
You guys, back.
What up with that? What up with all that talking nipple?
Back it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's up with that shit?
And the person who was the person who brought the nipples with them wasn't totally unaware. They looked at me like I'm the weirdo. I'm like,
I've heard of that.
Excuse me. Oh, with three nipples.
That's an interesting topic. I think that we could talk about is being distant. We can all grow distant from our nipples.
Well, I know. Now,
I've never been,
especially at this time, this unprecedented time.
This is an unprecedented time.
You just can't be too close to your nipples.
No, I've gone. I think I maybe have gone a week without even thinking about my nipples before.
That's not right. Not right at all.
No,
not right at all. So poetry.
Whoa!
What do you reckon the better decade for poetry was? The 70s or the 80s?
Oh God, you really throw curves at me right out of the gates. Hey, everybody listening out there, I wouldn't mind if you sent me a bit of a hint. You could send me a message, a hint that Kenny would put up. Kenny, where would I find these things anyway? Because I think I closed the window that isn't just our faces.
Yeah.
Have you sent messages? Have you put messages up yet? Oh, phew.
A tip. Oh,
what did she say? Maybe less glasses on Phil?
No, maybe more. It's how about I'm gonna read some poetry now. So
gorgeous. It's poetry time, guys, because what is poetry?
Poetry is caring.
Oh, I thought it was something about motion.
Poetry is words in motion.
Yeah, poetry is porridge for the soul.
I just thought of would it be funny if I pulled these off and then pulled both my eyes out? Wouldn't that be fun?
that would be that sort of comedy, though. You know those guys, those kind of edgy guys?
Who?
The edgy comedians?
Comedians? Ed Gamble, you mean?
Yeah, those people like Ed Gamble. They pull their
the guys are like Ed Gamble, but do the funny thing.
Yeah, him and what's his buddy? What's the other one? They're always doing stuff together. I don't know.
Jimmy Jangles or whatever his name.
They're always going on little trips together and making the entire nation resentful.
Yes, exactly.
But everyone loves Ramesh though because of his eye.
We flew to Houston. Yeah.
Everyone loves Ramesh because he's got that eye. So everyone's like, oh my God, he's got to be a great guy. And also, I knew him when he was just a struggling dad with way too many kids.
Yeah.
And now he tells everyone he's got 3. He's got a lot more than 3, or at least.
Yeah, sure.
I could be mixing him up with another comedian, though.
Yeah, imagine how many he sees.
There's two other comics with one eye like that, so I could be mixing them up.
What, One Eye McDonald?
Oh, he's
Scottish
funny,
guy. That looks
I don't like comedy
Ramesh.
so much, but I love his take on Scottish people.
I don't like comedy at all, and I love this One-Eye's take on Scottish people.
Yeah,
it's very
really fun. Do you remember any of his routines? It was so good.
Yes, I do. It's very literal, though. Yeah, he's got that one. He's got that one.
I don't like English. Me, I fucking hate English.
I fucking punch that lad.
I don't like that. Fucking English. I don't like him.
You cunt, Sassenach.
You cunt, says me.
I saw his Sassenach Kill the Sassenachs tour, and I just loved it. Every word.
Oh my God,
every word. It spoke to me.
Yeah, it was really good. And you don't need to be from there. I'm not even from there. Like you are kind of from there. I'm not from there. No, I have no connection.
I was actually born just above the ground, so I've actually never touched the earth.
Oh, that's right.
I hover. I was born. My mother hovers.
I remember when I met you and that other guy, Cece, you guys, and I remember thinking to myself, he's adopted, and you were born just above the earth.
Just above the earth.
And which one of you is the most messed up?
I know who's the most grounded. It's weird.
The adopted ones. No offense if you're adopted out there. My sister was too, because my parents, and I quote, "Well, we've had 3 boys, and we're sick of them."
Yeah,
so I adopted my sister.
So he's got a sister.
I was meant to be the girl.
What when I spoke to your sister, she was talking about transitioning though, so that's going to hurt your parents' feelings a lot.
Oh my God, that'll.
We adopted a girl.
Mom's got the dementia anyway, and she's in a facility.
She doesn't know.
She doesn't know. But I might drive. I might drive to her and climb up the window and go in and just lick her.
I think she drives. I think I'm going to spend my weekend driving around to visit other people's parents.
I think she's very sick, and she's been locked in a facility without being able to see her family, and no one's been able to explain it to her.
Oh,
but I think if I licked her, then she would know what's been happening.
Sure. And also you might get a little hit off of those medical grade drugs that they're giving her. So it's going to be an all win-win-win-win-win-win.
And
it's a win rush situation. I said that because your mother's from Trinidad.
Yeah.
Your
mother took it down there. So what poetry is?
Poetry. Well, I'm just going to put my poetry hat on and just read some poems. So.
Okay, great. We've got some people out there.
Really hope that my poetry reading is going to
We've got some people who have some specific healing needs. We're going to get to that as soon as we've done a couple of poems, just to get us into the mood, guys.
Unfortunately, I'm being looked at. The cops are looking at me funny because I'm standing here by the Welcome to County Durham sign. So I'm just gonna move inside. Just gonna walk up because gonna walk over here.
Oh, you're at M&S now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk over there and just go to. Well, I because I got my poetry stuff in the back of my car, and just hop in the toilet here. So,
I'm just promoting the show a little bit, just a little.
What I love is your in-show promotion of the show that's already it's already in motion. I love that.
I didn't go to college, Phil.
It gives a weird look. It looks like you're looking up into a hairy armpit. Oh, you are.
Look at how smooth those chest are. That's not realistic. Okay, back to you, poem.
Snap back to reality. Touch the healing globe.
I'm gonna just get into the
put your hand against the screen.
I've become pure energy.
Okay, so 70s or 80s?
70s, please. I love the 70s.
Okay, 70s and poem 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
4.
Poem 4.
Poem 4. I would like you to play poem 4.
Here's the poem.
Play the.
Now I want you to. You probably know who this is, but this.
Hey, hang on. I just want to give you a clap. Are you with the NHS? Thank you, Philip.
No.
Thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know if we should, the general applause.
Doing your job.
The general applause for the NHS worries me because what if one or two of them are criminals and we're applauding them accidentally?
There's probably 1 or 2 pedophiles amongst them.
Oh, probably more than that.
And we're cheering them every day, and they're going, nothing wrong with my pedophilia today. Thank you. Thank you. Going to get into the hospital and then do some pedophilia later.
Nurse Rodney Spears was caught shoplifting last week, and let's cheer him on. I mean, I think
let's just cheer them on.
Just cheer them on.
Oh, I'm going in to do my job.
So,
except I'm not going to do my job because people have heart operations that are being canceled.
Yes.
I'm going to go to my empty hospital and just soak up all the applause. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. With your sponge.
I didn't hear anybody cheering the shelf stockers at the supermarkets who've been there right from the beginning. Probably in more danger.
Key workers.
Especially the way I cough. And yet, but we need our stuff, don't we? We need our stuff.
1970s.
Okay, 1970s
poem number 5.
I gotta get back. I was so unspiritual then. I feel ashamed.
This is going to. I know.
I'm so sorry.
This will heal you.
Thank you.
When I was young, it seemed that life was so wonderful, a miracle. Oh, it was beautiful, magical, and all the birds in the trees, they were singing so happily. Oh, joyfully, oh, playfully watching me. But they sent me away to teach me how to be sensible,
Phil.
Logical, oh, responsible, practical. And they showed me a world where I could be so dependable, oh, clinical, oh, intellectual, cynical. There are times when all the world's asleep and the questions run too deep for such a simple man. Won't you please tell me what I've learned? I know it sounds absurd, but please tell me who I am. I said, now watch what you say or they'll be calling you a radical, a liberal, oh, fanatical criminal. Won't you sign up your name? We'd like you to feel acceptable, respectable, oh, presentable, a vegetable. Oh, take it, yeah. But at night, when all the world's asleep, the questions run so deep for such a simple man. Won't you please tell me what we've learned? I know it sounds absurd, but please tell me who I am. Who I am. Who I am. Yeah. So that was by Roger Hodgson and Richard Davies.
God,
that was called The Logical Poem.
Oh my God, that is so good. There was so much to offer there. Philip, there's a lot to unpack here.
There is a lot to unpack. Should we go through the first?
Can we go
stanza?
through that? Do you know there was some? You know when you know a work of art is so good that a part of you on some level just goes, I feel like I've heard this before.
Yeah,
I know this, and that's when you know something's good.
Yeah,
you know, and I like to think when people come to our healings, sometimes that they just go, God, I feel like I've been here before.
Yeah, I like when stuff is so good, you feel like you don't ever have to hear it again. Like that, like a Robbie Williams song or something. Like you just go, oh, that is so good. I hope I never hear it again because I want to keep that first hearing, that first view right here. I want to keep it here. Can you see where I am with it? If anyone's watching, they want to I keep my thoughts about here. You know, a lot of people keep them. Here. I keep them both here.
That's a great spot for them. Just close enough to not do any damage. Do you know? I would like to hear that poem though a lot, and maybe over the course of about 6 months, I'd like to listen to it. I mean, hear the poem. Yeah. Maybe too much to the point that at the end of the 6 month period, I'm not fond of the poem, but then I come back to it many years later and go, oh, I like this. It's some sort of nostalgic.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I would like from that poem.
There's a lot in that poem.
It reminded me of when I was 9 years old for some reason.
Yeah.
Or
something. It just was so sad. It's very 70s. Let's see how it compares. Let's see how it compares to an 80s poetry. How things really moved on in poetry.
Okay.
This one here is good. She says her love for me could never die, but that changed if she ever found out about you and I. Oh, but her love is cold. It wouldn't hurt her if she didn't know, 'cause when it gets too much, I need to feel your touch. I'm going to run to you. I'm going to run to you, 'cause when the feeling's right, I'm going to run all night. I'm going to run to you.
I don't like this one because it feels, I'm just not into lovey-dovey ones.
Well, it's not. You got to hear it because this turns.
It feels a bit lovey-dovey.
This writer is very clever.
He's a very lovey-dovey guy.
He's a very clever writer.
I think there's some Me Too secrets behind these lyrics.
Well, listen. Let's listen to it with that in mind. She's got a heart of gold. She'll never let me down.
Oh, butter her up? Sure.
But you're the one that always turns me on. Don't think so.
Ooh, obsession.
You keep coming round. Oh, blame it on her.
Wow,
you're in there taking your power and you're forcing that upon someone. Say, come to my place. I got a better couch.
That's all you are to me, is someone who comes around and I find attractive. Not once has he mentioned what she's about as a person.
Well, here's what he says. He goes, because it's so damn easy making love to you.
Oh, okay. So that's what it's all about for you.
Yeah. It just taking advantage.
So you put that one into, I see what you've done there. That's
I got my mind made up.
Oh, I bet he does. I bet his mind is so made up that he doesn't feel very comfortable around Jews either.
Exactly. Exactly. I need to feel your touch.
Did Stuart Lee write this?
It is. It's by Stuart Lee. This is it. This is in Stuart's new book of poems. This is one of Stuart's new poem books.
Yeah, I bet it's ironic.
Very ironic. And just when the feeling's right, I'm going to run all night.
Okay, so that's maybe get a hobby, buddy.
He's done something bad.
Oh yeah, he's running from.
So that's one of Stuart Lee's. That's one of Stuart Lee's new poems.
I'm gonna say the first one I'm gonna go. That's a 10 out of 10. Healing wise, artistically, I don't understand that guff.
No, I don't.
Healing wise, that's 10 out of 10.
I think it's
this next one, I'm gonna just go. I'm sorry, 0.
Yeah, exactly. Now, first 0. One. Well, let's just compare the two. Right. Let's compare the writing. You know. Let's just compare. I need to find. I've lost my page. I pulled the page. I was so excited about getting that poem out that I just lost the page.
Gosh,
I know. And then
you're at work and you go, oh, now I've got their attention. I'm about to bring it out, and then oh god,
right?
It's gone.
Right, gone.
And they're like, I've given you 5 minutes of my time, and now I'm not. And
I sometimes when I'm singing, like when I'm telling a joke or singing a song, and then I get to a bit that I don't really remember, and I have to go.
That's typical.
That's how I felt
typical. There. That's so typical. Okay, so is it time to heal anyone yet, or one more poem and then healing, and then we can?
Well, I just wanted to go back to Roger Hodgson's and Richard Davies' logical poem. You know, when the questions run too deep for such a simple man, I think this is important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is.
Yeah, there are times when all the world's asleep and the questions run too deep.
Maybe that's now. Maybe right now the world's asleep. Do you think?
It's so appropriate.
I think right now the world's asleep. I think I'm glad Dominic Cummings wasn't asleep at the wheel.
Oh, and can you imagine? But he was asleep at the wheel of his career.
Oh man,
and that's he just drove 2.5 hours off a cliff.
I think we should show forgiveness, though.
Yeah, I forgave him the minute he arrived at my house. I was like, "Hey, thanks for coming. Yeah, thanks for the chocolates. Let's dance to ABBA."
There's not enough forgiveness out there, guys. Now we've got a couple of. Let's go to the healing now. Let's get to some of the healing. Let's talk to some of the guys.
Okay. If you guys want to reach up and touch the green globe.
Can you show us some of the things that we need to heal? What have we got? Rachel and Blank.
I love Blank so much.
I love Blank.
He does great voices.
And love Rachel. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the tip.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, gosh. Lizzie Costa
wants her half-empty bottle
to be full again.
You know what? Let me just deal with
that?
this. I do. First of all, I'm going to hold a mirror up to it and just see if you can. I don't know if it's going to work in this technically, but if you can see. Can you see yourself in that? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Kenny, can you bring up Kenny somewhere? Can you find the world's very first actual real photograph of a black hole? You get busy doing that and let me know when you bring it up, because I think this might be really helpful for Lizzie. Okay.
I think this one's for Liz. This is for Lizzie. Lizzie, I wrote this yesterday afternoon while on the way up to Durham, and I was stopping every 5 minutes to touch things, to be, because I was told that's what the government told us we could do, and that's when I wrote this poem, and I put it I put this poem everywhere. So this is for Lizzie. I hope this helps you heal. A man walks down the street. He says, "Why am I so soft in the middle now? Why am I so soft in the middle? And the rest of my life is so hard. I need a photo opportunity. I want a shot at redemption. I don't want to end up a cartoon in a cartoon grave. Bone digger, bone digger. Dogs in the moonlight, far away in my well-lit door. Mr. Beer Belly, get these mutts away from me. I don't find this stuff amusing anymore." Take note, Stuart Lee. "If you'll be my bodyguard, I will be your long-lost pal. You can call me Betty. And Betty,
Phil, that's a song.
Al." No, I wrote this yesterday.
No, it's a song.
No,
it's a song.
I was doing a satirical version of that song.
Philip.
It was my take on it. I wrote that yesterday.
Okay. Oh, really? Because it sounds I thought it sounds exactly like you can be a long.
No, well, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you should listen to the second verse, and this might even speak to you. And Lizzie, because this is really for Lizzie.
Okay, this is for Costa.
A man walks down the street. He says, "Why am I short of attention?"
Wait. Who's the man? Like, what man?
We find out.
Oh, we do? Okay,
we find out.
Sorry.
We find out.
Sorry, I don't like when I interrupt. I'm sorry.
We find out, and it's not always important anyway.
Okay.
Got a little short attention span. Hello. Little attention.
Sorry, who said that?
You
know, I'm like cute. That, Philip. Not to personalize this, but I'm like that. I forget where I am.
I forget where I am.
Oh, how could I forget? I'm in a closet.
I'm in a toilet at a services outside Durham. Anyway,
it doesn't look like, it looks like an NHS hospital. That says everything.
Well, it is now. This is with the new County Durham St. Francis Assisi's Hospital, where they put in for all the extra. You can see it's empty, which makes me think coronavirus is bull roar. Anyway.
This is what I think. It's time to end. It's time to end the coronavirus. It's time to look at all the balloons I'm flying amongst. It's time to end the coronavirus.
It's time to end the coronavirus.
It's time to defeat it. It's time to defeat it. Welcome to space. Welcome to space. I'm here to heal you with my power. On Earth, your worries are tiny and insignificant, but me, here on space, I've got real worries. Space is fucking hard. We are huge. Do you know they took the very first photograph, Philip?
Did they?
Of a black hole. Yeah, put it up. Let's have a look at it. Okay. I'm going to meditate as we all look at the big photo of the very first actual image of a black hole. Before that, oh my God, it was entirely theory until that. Now look at it. Is everyone looking at it? Kenny, can you tell? Is there a way to
you know what?
Quantify who's looking at it and who isn't?
Sorry, Anthony, I'm not looking at it. Should I be looking at it?
Yes, you need to look at the black hole right now.
Well, hold on.
Everyone to look at it.
But where am I? Okay, where am I looking?
At the black hole.
But I don't see a black hole. Hold on.
Maybe you're not looking at it in the right wavelength. So Philip's gone. You need to look at it in the right. Are you in the right wavelength, Philip?
I am. Hold on. It's going to get into the right wavelength. Okay, where is it?
You need to look at it.
Okay.
You need to look at it in the right wavelength.
Where's the black hole? I can't see a black hole. It should be
red, which I think means it's traveling away from us. I'm not
sure. If it's red, why is it called a black hole? It doesn't make any sense.
Sagittarius A star, and you think to yourself, hey, black holes aren't supposed to be shiny. They're supposed to be black. But you know what's going inside of there? All of our hurt.
All of our pain.
Hurt. That's what I want everyone to think. All of your hurt is going into that black hole. And the light around it is being reflected. It's the light being reflected back at you guys. That's your light that you have inside.
Hold on.
When someone like does something like drives when everyone else isn't driving, them. I want everyone to look at them. Rachel has a fat berg and it needs to be healed. That's what I'm sensing. I'm sensing out there somewhere. Rachel worried about the fat berg.
Rachel's fat berg.
It's under the city and she's worried about it. She's worried about
Rachel.
Growing.
Rachel's fat berg.
It's growing. Growing.
Man walks down the street, he says, why am I so fatberg now?
Fatberg.
Why am I so fatberg now? Fatberg singing in the dead of night.
Rachel, you're
fatberg singing.
Rachel wants to heal the fatberg. And the only way we can do it, guys, I want everyone to think of a time when there was no such thing as a fatberg. There's just nature out there. Fat.
Fatberg, 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 fatberg.
We've got to heal the fatberg. Fatberg in space. Oh, we got to. We got to heal that from space. Living in space. We got to feel
a living in a space. We got to heal. We got to live in a space. We got to heal the space and live in a space. We got to heal the living space.
Everybody got to heal the space. You got
wow.
Heal space. You got to heal.
Wow.
Healing space. You got to heal. 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 You got to heal.
How about another poem?
Let's have another poem. That was so. I hope that helped those guys. Sarah K 320. This poem is for you.
I wrote this poem.
Heal you up, sweetie.
I can tell the story of this poem. I wrote this poem.
Tell us about the story behind this.
1974.
Oh God, that was a tough time for you, wasn't it?
I was doing my PhD at UCLA because I just liked the
remember
letters. I didn't like the chorus. I just like the letters. UCLA.
I remember that. But
you remember I told you I was a PhD at UCLA. I just like saying it.
Yeah, you just like being in LA at that time when
Yeah, you see. New. Yeah, people go LA. You see LA, and I go I see LA.
Yeah, I see it. And it's right in front of me. Ass
right here. I'm here all the time, guys.
Do you remember that was
excited with UCLA? It's like, yeah, guys, we're in LA.
I remember I called you an ass. I called a guy who was troubling you an asswipe, and no one had ever heard that phrase before in 1974.
Right.
And I was going, really?
You've never heard of that? I know. And then now everybody says it.
Yeah.
But
in 1974, no.
Now it's moved on. Now it's moved on to mandem or something. Or
yeah.
One of these street words.
One of these. We don't mix with them. We try.
But at the time, I went through a really hard time when I was taking my PhD at UCLA after my MA.
Yeah.
After I'd done my MA, I did my PhD at UCLA, as you know, as we said.
Yeah.
And I
wrote you were working through your parents' money. You were really working through it.
I really was, yeah. My dad had to get a second job, and he was a billionaire. So it tells you how much money I was spending.
Yeah. It was your but it was also it was your third degree. So
it was a third degree. It was like a third degree burn, and it just pained me, and I couldn't get rid of it. But I wrote this. I took up a lot of time to write poetry because I think it's very healing. So I'd like to dedicate this to who am I dedicating?
You know what it's like when you're a student and you're busy.
Yeah,
I'm sorry I interrupted.
That's all right. I wrote this poem actually all over my PhD, and to the point where they couldn't actually read the PhD. But they gave me the PhD for the poem. That's just at UCLA, my MA.
Yeah.
LOL. So this is a poem. It's for healing anyone here. This is a general healing poem, but Just a one right across the board. Okay.
This is one. Here we go.
Who's the black private dick? That's a sexy machine to all the chicks. Shaft. You're damn right. Who's the man who could risk his neck for his brother man? Shaft. Can you dig it? Who's the cat that won't cop out when there's danger all about? Shaft. Right on. When they say this cat Shaft is a bad mother, shut your mouth. I'm talking about Shaft. Can we dig it? He's a complicated man, but he's one that understands but his woman. John Shaft.
Whoa. Okay. A lot to unpack here. You know, I when I was first going, I was expecting a different kind of poem, and I was being really taken away. And then I went, hang on, I'm being judgy. I'm judging Philip. I'm judging him, saying
I was writing
this is a hard poem.
I was writing in a character voice. A lot of my things it seems extreme, but I thought to myself, how, as a son of a billionaire, how can I speak to the people of the streets? And how can I talk to?
You need to get in the headspace of a person of color.
So people that can go to discotheques as well. Anyone that sort of likes discotheques. So not just people of color, not just POCs, not just BM, MA, UCLA.
You'd already done your MA. You did.
I did my MA, my BMA, ME, IOU. I did a lot of different letters, and that particular poem.
I think when Stuart Lee went to university, he did an anti-Semitism degree.
He did. I mean, he went to Moishes University and got chucked out. So people don't know that about him.
Yeah.
Which is where the whole thing started.
That was a beautiful poem. And what's it called?
Have you been to the new Stuart Lee beer cellar? Because that's a fun place. That's a fun little place to go.
Is it?
Yeah, he gets up on tables and does some of his satirical comedy work. Yeah. The Stuart Lee beer cellar.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, that sounds fun.
It's a lot of fun if you speak the language.
Yeah, which he does.
Well,
he loves a beer hall putsch.
He loves a beer hall putsch. You're correct. They used to call him Stuart the Putsch Lee. Who here has had a Reese's Pieces? Who here? Oh, we had that?
A trip down memory lane. That is a very healing thing to do.
Let's
have a look at that. Let's have a look. Oh, God. Oh, you know what I thought when that is such a trip back in time. But I thought when I first came across the Reese's Pieces, I went, I'm sorry, chocolate and peanut butter. Why not put them together? It's
no.
Like, who does that? Who does that?
It's counterintuitive.
It's American.
At least.
Says everything you need to know about American culture. More.
Yeah, right? More. Oh, I'm eating chocolate, but I want to eat peanut butter at the same time. Just wait. Eat the chocolate, then have the peanut butter. But no, not you. You're like, I'm going to have peanut butter. I'm going to have my breakfast and my dessert all at once.
You're allowed to have both of them. You're allowed to have both. But why
that's a mirror moment. That's a mirror moment right there. Can you see that? There you go. Take a look at that.
Disgusting.
Look at yourself. Yeah, well, I do a lot of cocaine off of that mirror, so.
Yeah. I didn't mean that. I meant Reese's Pieces in American culture in general. That's what I was saying.
Yeah. No. Well, the thing is, what it's gone. It's moved on to. It's moved on to this, which really annoys me.
It's a nutrageous. Oh, that's
nutrageous.
Fun. That is fun. That's
it's like Reese's was.
Everyone loves that.
When Reese's wanted to move it, Reese's wanted to move into the O. Henry sales. They put this together.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think O. Henry, they've done their work. They've done their time. They don't need this kind of competition.
It's kind of nutrageous if you think about it.
Bang on. You must have been there at the seminar.
I wasn't even there. I just did it now. I just came up with it now. Yeah.
Shut up. Really?
No, I did. I just improvised it.
My God, you're so good.
I had thought of it like maybe a minute ago, and I was holding on to it, and I was just waiting for the right time to drop it in.
Yeah, it's times like this I realize why I love working with you.
Yeah, thank you. I love working with you too.
I love working with you too.
And I think we've healed at least Lizzie, Rachel, and one or two others.
One or two others.
I'm surprised White Ankle Socks hasn't written in, because she's usually at our seminars, and she's got some healing issues.
She really needs healing, especially
Siobhan
this weekend.
Needs healing. Like, I know who needs healing out there. They're probably all there. So let's just assume that that they're writing it with their minds. And a lot of people come to this later, and they don't watch it live. So sometimes they come to it like Sunday, like, in the evening when you lower your voice at the end of a sentence, and you've just, when you bring up an idea, and you try and set it up, and then you kind of, so they'll come to it later in the evening. Well, they'll come to it at 9 o'clock in the evening.
And that low bit at the end of your sentence, that's all that the downstairs neighbors hear. They don't hear the screaming, "Oh, you're a fucking asshole!" But I really
the worst podcasts ever are when the one they're going, "Welcome to the podcast. You're going to turn it down a bit now because it's so loud." And now I'm going to bring it down and mumble a little bit. Fuck you! I'm turning you off now. I don't care if it's about the universe. I listen to a lot of universe ones. Nobody's done as much healing with the universe podcast as we have. We should get Kenny to put this out as a podcast, because I reckon this is not a visual medium.
That is an idea.
This ain't a visual. This is an audio.
This is totally audio experience where you get us.
You do not need to. All you have to do is imagine that my head is floating in space, part of space.
Yeah, and get yourself a photo of the latest photo of a black hole, and just look at it until you feel better.
Look at it.
Just into my if you think that we're insignificant, wait till you see that photo.
Earthy Earth castle, shooting star, kids drawing, a little bit of grass and a bridge. I'm back in space again. Now I'm out in the Acropolis, inside an interior at a business meeting on the patio of a conference hall. Undersea now, I'm undersea now, floating away with the balloons. I'm floating in space, and floating in more space with a shooting star and castles, solid rocks to live on. Kids, don't show them. Virtue Chamber, Echo Bravo, rocking through the grass, rocking through the grass. I feel so old and space. You are my friend. I'm in a cheesy Baroque interior. Could be a library. Virtue Chamber, Echo Bravo, Virtue Chamber, Echo Bravo. Look at this. Welcome, everybody, to the conference. Welcome to the conference.
Echo Bravo.
Everybody, your name tags. You should have got your name tags on the way in here at the conference. Here we are. Once we get everybody broken into groups, we're all going to go inside. We're going to start listening to some of the speakers. I'd just like to say a big thanks to head office. This is a wonderful setting. And aren't we fortunate to work for a company that can take us all out here to Turkey on this Western hotel. Virtue Chamber, child's drawing, shooting star in a castle.
I want to thank the Academy for my award. I want to thank you so much for. I want to thank Martin Scorsese for ignoring my calls, because
you got to call him Marty. Everyone calls him Marty.
Smarty Marty, or Blue Smarty Marty, if you know what I mean. Winky.
Like I call him Bill Gates. I call him Billy.
Billy Bob. I call him Billy Bob Gates.
Hey, what do you think of our buddy? You and I know him well. What do you think how's he feeling right now? Elon. You know how we used to go to college with Elon Musk?
Yeah. This is him. He's actually he's boiled himself down into a small statuette.
He said he was going to do that.
Yeah.
He said he was going to do that. I love him. I don't care how. He's awkward in a conversation, though. He takes so fucking long to say anything. He wants to give the impression, I'm thinking about everything. And you're like, I don't think you are. I think you're rushing into decisions, buddy. I've known you for a few years.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's fun. Gosh, is that the time? I never even got around to some of the things I wanted to talk about.
You guys know, most people don't see an Oscar from this angle.
I don't. I've never seen it from that.
No one's ever seen it. So have a good look, just out of fun. And then people go, hey, ever seen an Oscar from the head down? You can go, yep, sure have. Where'd you see it? Virtue Chamber, Echo Bravo. Virtue Chamber, Echo Bravo.
Come and drop the cliches, guys.
Look at the top of Elon Musk's head.
So, for me, a spiritual cliche, can you tell I'm reading? A spiritual cliche is a teaching that has been repeated so many times that its meaning is weakened or even distorted.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But like the more popular a certain spiritual teaching becomes, the greater is the possibility of it being misunderstood or misapplied, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I would like to explore 12 common cliches.
Yeah.
The truth behind them and their hidden dark side.
Okay.
If you know, I mean, these cliches are not necessarily fake, but they only tell half of the story, and they're easy to be misread.
Like who put chocolate and peanut butter together?
Well, look, my approach to spirituality is pragmatic, but let's go through some spiritual cliches about the practice. One, you are perfect as you are. You hear that, don't you?
Look,
you hear that you're perfect
and peanut butter. You're perfect. You're perfect as you are.
Why didn't you tell me to bring one?
Keep going.
That looks so good.
You're perfect the way you are. Keep going. I was listening. I was saying this Reese's Pieces is a metaphor for what you're saying.
That looks good.
Have a bite.
Rivet Head, this is for you. Rivet Head.
There you go. Have a bite, Rivet Head. Have a bite.
Give Rivet Head a bite.
There you go.
Okay, spiritual cliches about the practice. One, you are perfect as you are. I don't think you are. I mean, you are, and you are, and you are, and you are.
It doesn't make sense.
But we are.
Anthony, it doesn't make sense, because if you're perfect as you are and you're reading it in a book, you'd immediately put the book down and you wouldn't finish that book.
No.
So the author of that book is doing his own business, a misjustice.
Yeah. I mean, spiritual traditions teach that in essence we are perfect. Do they? Do they? Like Vedanta, for instance, teaches us that we're already the self here and now.
Oh,
I mean, you see similar ideas in Zen and Tibetan Buddhism and some tantric lineages.
Yeah.
But I mean, on some level, this is true, but it overlooks the fact that from a pragmatic point of view, we're just far from being the perfect manifestation of that innate perfection.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, if everything is already great as it is, there's no room for growth.
Yeah.
There's no scope for a spiritual path, you know, and no fuel for any type of self-transformation, is there?
Oh, it's so... I've written a poem that really sums up my feelings on that.
Yeah, but let me just riff on this idea for a little bit more.
Sure.
I'm just thinking this through. I'm just thinking this stuff out loud. It's to me, this nothing to do, nowhere to go approach is also it's prevalent in meditation circles. Where people, you know, when people cringe at the idea of practicing meditation with a specific goal or purpose in mind.
What's with them? I mean, why?
You know that?
Why bother? I know that. Yeah.
They're always against like wanting to progress in the practice.
Well, that's just, you know, that's typical, isn't it? Really.
I've explored that problem before with that approach in depth. Just look up my post on Neo-Advaita.
Neo-Advaita. Yeah. In fact, I loved your post on Neo-Advaita. I took it away with me last weekend when I was up in Durham.
Did you?
And I just kept reading. I kept yelling at it in people's faces really loud and while spitting on them. And I think they got it. Yeah. I think they really think they're very, very positive after that.
Well, I think people need it. People don't really know what's good for them, do they?
No one knows what's good for them. They need someone who doesn't know them to tell them what's good for them.
I think the lockdown should be permanent, TBH.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah.
Because this is what they deserve. People aren't smart enough to go out there and look after themselves. I don't think people aren't bright enough to know how to, and I mean, I don't mean to be offensive. I don't mean no people listening to this podcast. I mean the other people aren't bright enough to know what's going on. You know?
I didn't really hear any of that because I was agreeing, but but still, I absolutely. You know, like I wholeheartedly agree with
100%.
I didn't hear.
No, I agree with you too. I agree with you too.
Yeah.
I would back you up on that. Yep. Till the cows went home.
Absolutely, and I'm backing you up on it.
Hey, where are the cows? Where are the cows?
Where are the cows? They're coming home.
They're coming home. They're gone home. I don't know where they live. So this has been too much. I think we're gonna have to move the show to 2 hours. I'd love to hear from the audience on Twitter or wherever. I mean,
I don't think
just tell us. Should we open it? Should we start the show at 9 a.m. next time and do it for 2 hours?
Yeah, I think we should.
I think people want it earlier.
I think Kenny was saying he'd like to get up at about 6 or 7 just to run through some ideas.
Oh, great!
Before we go to air.
Okay, well, let's do that. But let's. Okay, so far we're going to stick at the noon, but I'm thinking we should go at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Philip?
I think 9:30, 9:35. Make it an obscure time to make people really work. Make people work for it. Make them work for it.
Can we talk about some of the spiritual cliches again next time?
Absolutely. If you guys want some extra healing, there's just one last few minutes of your healing balloon.
Would you read us a poem to take us out on this?
Sure.
People say they wanted 3 hours long or a constant stream. I think that's the only way we're going to pick up numbers because people are hurting out there. People are hurting, really hurting. 3 hours or constant. I'm happy to stay in here because for some reason I've got more oxygen than usual. So,
well, how much time do we have left, Kenny?
Yeah, Kenny, how much time have we got left?
A couple of minutes. I just want to take us out on a poem that I wrote when I was in Sweden. And
Sweden.
I know. For those poor people. They'll never understand the nature of lockdown. Their government's cruel.
They're ignorant.
They don't know what it's like to sacrifice.
That's what happens when you give people a rope and they hang themselves.
Or they buy a donkey. But either one. you know.
I heard someone say that they're going to have virtually 0 cases going forward because they've achieved herd immunity.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't even know what you're fucking talking about. Shut your mouth.
Exactly. I just thought, if you don't test people, you never know. So why don't we do that?
I'm not a herd. I'm sorry. I'm not a herd.
Unheard. I'll never hear that again.
No, I'm heard.
So I wrote this poem for the Swedish people.
Okay.
And for my friends in County Durham who enjoy dancing in their gardens.
Okay.
No more carefree laughter.
No more.
Silence ever after. Walking through an empty house. Tears in my eye. Here is where the story ends.
The story ends here.
This is goodbye.
This is goodbye.
Knowing me, knowing you.
Who do you know?
There is nothing we can do.
Nothing.
We just have to face it. This time, we're through.
We're through now.
Breaking up is never easy.
It's never easy to do.
No, but I have to go.
I gotta
knowing
go.
Me, knowing you.
I know you.
It's the best I can do.
Is it the best you can do?
Memories?
What?
Good days?
Sometimes.
Bad days?
You all have them.
There will always be with me always.
I should hope so.
In these old familiar closets.
Oh,
children would play.
You couldn't fit any children in here.
Now there's only emptiness. There's nothing to say. Knowing me.
Knowing you.
Knowing you.
Knowing
there's
me.
Nothing we can do.
Nothing.
Knowing me. Knowing me. Knowing me.
I know you.
Knowing you. Knowing me and knowing you.
I don't know who I am.
Just have to face it. Just face it. Face it. This time we're through.
Look into the light.
Breaking up is never easy. I know.
But
I have to go.
I've got to go.
We've got to go. We've got to go.
We've got to go, guys.
Knowing me. Knowing you. It's the best we can do. Knowing me. Knowing you. Knowing me. Knowing me. I know
How many times have they got that written in that poem?
Knowing you. Knowing me.
Wow, they say that a lot.
You. But we just have to face it. VCEB is through.
Thank you so much for coming to, and I hope you guys are healed. Get in touch during the week.
Just get one last touch of the bubble.
Click and follow. I don't know how any of this works.
The healing globe.
I don't touch the healing globe. How any of it. Heal 5. Do it 5 stars. Thank you for tips. Thank you.
Follow us on Amazon
all the things.
Prime, and please feel free to buy our merchandise on eBay.
We'll see you at the Oscars.
We'll see you at the Oscars.
We'll see you next week.
We'll see at Elon Musk's head.
From 9 a.m. till 12.
9 a.m. and if we don't feel we're finished at 12, we'll just keep healing.
Just keep healing. I'm going to go and heal now.
I'm going to heal. I actually got to take a big heal.
I gotta get some air.
I gotta heal, baby.
I gotta get some oxygen.
Well, my folks are expecting me around 1, so I'm gonna get back in the car, and I'll see you guys later.
See you guys. Bye. Thanks for coming. Bye. Kenny, you have to.
At least I don't wee out of my bum.